There are little bits and pieces about every product that we make that, we don't advertise or talk about. And those are really kind of the magic, and that's the secret sauce of Mechanix Wear. So super excited to kind of dig into our MaxCut line and tell you guys all about it.
This video is brought to you by Mechanix Wear. Conquer the task. If you're looking for real-world insights, tips from leading industry experts, the latest trends in products and technology, you've come to the right place. From MSC Industrial Supply, this is Tooling Up.
Hello and welcome to Tooling Up. I'm your host, Toni Neary, and I'm so glad that you've joined us here today. If this is your first time catching Tooling Up, make sure to click that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of our upcoming episodes. I'm super excited today to be talking with Kenny Safford. He's the Chief of Design at Mechanix Wear. Kenny, thank you so much for joining us and welcome to Tooling Up.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I get so excited whenever we get the chance to kind of spread the good word about Mechanix Wear, and having this opportunity to do a gospel according to Kenny as far as products are concerned and why we do them. And there are little bits and pieces about every product that we make that we don't advertise or talk about, and those are really kind of the magic, and that's the secret sauce of Mechanix Wear. So super excited to kind of dig into our MaxCut line and tell you guys all about it.
And I'm always interested in people, how they started their career, how they ended up where they are. And yours is really interesting. So I want to hear a little bit about, how did you end up at Mechanix Wear?
I was born into a drag racing family. My father was a drag racer, 60s, 70s, and the 80s, and he drove funny cars for the majority of his career. And I was knee deep into machine shop and oil and grease and working with my hands and building and fixing things. And so I've been around mechanical things my whole life. When I graduated high school, I loaded up my El Camino with my dirt bike that I rode on the weekends that we weren't drag racing, and I came to California and seeking fame and fortune, and ended up going to Art Center. It's a design school. And I was taking product design classes and, trying to learn as much as I could during that time. And freelancing my way through school was one way to help pay the tuition. And one of the clients that I had was a company called Axo Sport America. They are an Italian motocross clothing brand. And, that's where I met Jim Hale, the future founder of Mechanix Wear. And that was in the late 80s. And, 5 years later, after I started working there, is when the original glove was born. So yeah, I've been around motorsports my whole life. I'm a welder and an electrician and a fixer of many things. So to be an actual user myself, I think that's invaluable.
And I'm sorry, but you're being a little humble. Kenny, you designed the first iconic Mechanix Wear glove. So I think that also needs to be told as part of the story. So I want to know a little bit about the evolution from designing the very first glove into moving into this new MaxCut line. And I guess we could say you're kind of an old hand at this, but tell us a little bit about the evolution of the design process over the years there as well.
Yeah, the early years was a time of development and a time for us to really kind of cut our teeth and to tell everybody, to tell the world who Mechanix Wear is and who we were going to be, which is we were a race-winning company. A lot of times a NASCAR race or an IndyCar race or a motorcycle race for that matter is won or lost in the pits. And by providing these guys better gloves, more dexterity, more comfortable knee pads so that they could hit the ground and get up without any pain. We were dropping the times that it took to make a pit stop. So it was a performance advantage, and Mechanix Wear was there at the very beginning. And it did kind of start an industry. There wasn't a performance glove industry before Mechanix Wear, and there wasn't a lot of things before Mechanix Wear. We were the first to come out with a high performance knee pad, the first to come out with an impact glove, which was a request from the NASCAR guys.
All right, Kenny. So I don't know if you've heard this about me, but I love a good pun. And it sounds like you know protective gloves like the back of your hand. So I have to say, I received these and I'm floored at how much dexterity I have with actually using these gloves. Can you tell us a little bit about how function really comes into the design when you're looking at new products?
Yeah, function is the first thing that we start with, obviously. Mechanix Wear has kind of built its reputation on on the dexterity, on the fit, on the quality of the product inside and out. So, when you put your hand inside a glove, you may not notice that there isn't any extra threads, there isn't any bits and pieces, there isn't an abundance of seam allowance. You're actually putting your hand into something that takes Mechanix Wear, or anybody who really wants to do it right, quite a long time.
And I think one of the things is it is super wearable, but I have to be honest with you, there's a huge cool factor because these arrived in my office and my husband, who is a first responder, was like, whoa, where are these from? And he put them on and he was feeling them. He's like, these are really good gloves. So I just also want to note that this is part of the reason that Mechanix Wear is beyond even just mechanics for use, that you've made such an impact in so many industries, is because of the fact this is like superior craftsmanship. So the fact that you've got the same value built in on the credibility of the glove, the ease of use, how comfortable it is to wear, and then the craftsmanship just absolutely blows my mind.
Thank you for noticing that. We spend a lot of time, I touched on it, but all the products that Mechanix Wear make, we nominate the materials. So since we have 4 or 5 different factories that are making similar gloves, it's not the exact same glove in 5 or 6 different factories. It's important, it's mandatory for us to have those factories go to a single source for everything, whether it's threads or materials or anything, a knitted liner that's going on the inside of the glove. So it's not something that we put up to chance. It's something that's included in our tech packs and in our manufacturing bill of materials. It's like, we need to use these products and you need to get it from this guy, and this is the only way that we can really control like you said, the quality of the product from Monday to Friday, and from January till January the next year.
And so just so you know, I don't think there's any way you're getting these back. My husband's been waiting for us to get on and film so he could steal these from my office. But let's talk about the type of protection. And I do love the fact that you've got them very clearly labeled. What is the difference with, the 360-degree cut? Like, what is it about MaxCut that's so different than anything else in the market?
Spent a lot of time perfecting that liner, making it's not just a knit glove that we shoved into an existing glove that we have. These gloves are built from the inside out, and the knit liner is, it's an armor core. That's a family name for Mechanix Wear. We have armor core cut liners, and we have armor core needle stick protection, and this is the pinnacle of that category for us. MaxCut and the highest degree of needle stick protection that we can offer with a single layer. So yeah, starting from the inside and working our way out. Nothing has been spared in the quest for comfort and dexterity and wearability, like you mentioned. So, if a guy's not wearing the glove, it's not doing him any good. So, we try to make our products so the guys don't have to take them off or don't want to take them off.
It's amazing. And I just continue to be impressed by your organization, the thoughtfulness that goes into the design and innovation and use of your product. And I can't thank you enough for the work that you're doing to protect hands around the world, but also thank you again for joining us here today. It was so great hanging out with Kenny today, the godfather of Mechanix Wear gloves, and your creative genius and passion for the industry is second to none. If you've enjoyed this conversation as much as I have, please make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. To find out more about MaxCut gloves, please visit www.mscdirect.com/mechanicswear. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time on Tooling Up.
Want more insights and ideas to improve the efficiency and productivity of your operations? Check out the Tooling Up video playlist to hear tips that can take your company to the next level. And subscribe to our channel so you won't miss out.